Hi, everyone. It's me, Madam Pamita, and we have another fabulous question from the Live Magic Q&A Tea Party that I hold every Sunday. I'd love to see you there. Come join me live over Zoom and ask your questions about witchcraft, magic, spirituality, and I'll answer them. You can do that simply by going to spellsquad.com, signing up, and you'll get a link to join. And not only that, you'll get a coupon for the Parlor of Wonders. Win-win. So why don't you head over to spellsquad.com, and now we're going to see a clip from one of our live magic Q&A tea parties.
Okay, Nina has a question. I recently listened to your podcast about the Domovyk, the house spirit. I've noticed strange noises that do not make sense. Things are crashing. Things by the fireplace keep moving around, like a baseball on the opposite side of the room out of a crate. Things go missing, then reappear. I was worried that if I saw him, he would kill me. Would your ancestors kill you? Really? I don't think so. So I heard that in another documentary about it. Okay, so let's talk about this. This is a great topic that we're going to go on a little side topic here. In understanding Slavic lore, you have to understand that originally Slavic people were animists. Animists believe that everything has a life force, that there are spirits, what sometimes people called spirits like of the lower world, or spirits of not, as opposed to like gods and goddesses, we have lower world spirits, right? Lower world spirits does not mean evil, does not mean bad. It just means that they're more like the Domovyk, right? There's something that is more tangible in some ways than abstract concepts like gods and goddesses. Now, when your Domovyk is making noise, he is demanding your attention. So my question to you is, do you have a altar in your home that you are honoring the Domovyk? If not, then that would be the first thing to do. Now, in understanding this concept, we started with these. I went on another tangent back here, but I'm going to go back to the first tangent. So understanding the Domovyk is part of this world of these lower world spirits, right? These are lower world spirits. They're more tangible. They're more immediate. We have more interaction with them and so on. Your Domovyk is a beloved ancestor. This is an ancestor spirit. So have you ever experienced having a cranky grandma that's like demanding your attention because you're not taking care of her, or crabby grandpa that's saying, hey, come over here and take care of me? That's basically what your Domovyk is saying. Pay attention to me. Now, why do we have this story going around that a Domovyk, if you see it, you will die? Because you have to understand, in 980, well, a little before 988, maybe in the late 700s or so on, we had this pantheon of gods. I believe that really, although, there's lots of, let's say, discussion about what the gods represented and who they were and where they were worshipped and what was worshipped, I believe that most regions had their own sets of gods. And the problem that people are having is that they're trying to fit it under one umbrella for a huge, vast area. So locally, there might be these gods, and over here, there might be these gods, and so on. So first we have animism, then we have this pantheon of gods and goddesses, and then in 988, in comes Christianity. Why did Christianity come in? Because the prince at that time wanted to marry the Bulgarian princess. She was Eastern Orthodox. So to get married to her and for an alliance, he said, nope, no more paganism. Christianity is our religion now. So this was the deal. It wasn't that he was fervently believing in it. It was that it was a deal so that he could have an advantageous alliance. All right. 988, in comes Christianity. Christianity is a religion that is, our way is the right way and every other way is the wrong way, like a lot of organized religions. So when they come into a pagan country, whether that's the former lands that are now known as Ukraine, or if it's, in England or anywhere in any country, the older religions are demonized. They're demonized. So then we either take the gods, goddesses, and spirits and turn them into saints so that they can be set over into the Christian pantheon of saints and so on, or we demonize them. So we have, for example, I'll give you an example that is not Slavic, but Bridget is an Irish goddess that was turned into Saint Bridget so that people could continue to go to the wells and still be Christian. Same thing happened in Eastern Europe. We have gods and goddesses turned into saints or saint names applied to them so that these older pagan gods and older pagan spirits could be subsumed and integrated into this new religion that came in. However, there are some spirits that are not easily slotted into being a saint. You can probably not have a little ancestor spirit be a saint. He's just not going to be turned into that. So instead, Christianity says this thing is evil. Then all kinds of propaganda comes out. If you look at a Domovyk, he's going to curse you, you'll die, you'll this or that. These are stories that are made up. This is like, this is stuff that is just like propaganda for Christianity. That's all I can say. It is. And it has been going on as long as there has been religions that are trying to throw out the old religion and put in place the new religion. What do they use? Fear tactics. Don't believe in that old thing, because if you do, you're going to die, basically, right? So we see that all over the place. And that is like, so when you see these things where they're saying, when they're casting aspersions on spirits, do your research, look deeper, look beyond the propaganda. Baba Yaga is a great example of that. She originally was the forest mother, the guardian of the forest and the protector of the forest. Then Christianity came in and they couldn't turn her into a saint because she's an old woman who lives in the forest as a hermit. So instead, they turned her into a demon who eats children and causes havoc and destroys everybody and kills everybody and all of this stuff. If you have to look beyond the propaganda, and you have to look to where these stories are coming from. So my sense is that somebody was making a video on YouTube and didn't do their research. They didn't look beyond it, and they didn't look to the source of this information or why this propaganda was being said. So there you go. So you don't have to worry about seeing. Your Domovyk is your ancestor spirit. It's your ancestor. Your ancestor wants attention. You probably don't have any offerings that you're setting up. You probably aren't acknowledging them. So set up a little altar, put a little picture of a Domovyk on it, leave a cup of coffee or a little bite of your breakfast for your Domovyk on a regular basis, and see if things calm down. I can guarantee you they will, because if it's your Domovyk who's doing it, that's what the problem is. They need your attention. So there you go. All right. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm sure that's what it is. I mean, that's my situation, and what I have experienced was that I was having things stolen from me, hidden from me. I mean, keys disappear out of my hand, all kinds of crazy stuff. And then once I started working with my Domovyk, nothing goes missing anymore. Anytime I neglect my Domovyk, things start going a little wonky, and then I work with him again. So, I get back on track. So I think that will help.